Hi, my name is Zach Glass, and this is my video journal number 5 for BPT 112. I just finished my VALS survey, and my primary type was under the Achievers category. All in all, I agree with this assessment. I am in the middle of striving for success. I look forward to getting there, but I am definitely smack dab in the middle of it. I do seek products and services that validate success. I do buy the nicer things, usually. In my head, I've always rationalized buying these things because of the you get what you pay for motto. But when I, sit down and look at myself and I'm honest with myself, maybe there is a little bit of seeking some validation there when I buy these nicer things. It's not all about value and quality. It's also about the perception my friends, family, and colleagues might have about me. If I'm just going to be honest with myself, like I said, I've always told myself I bought the nicest TV and the nicest watch and the nicest phone because the quality will last me longer and I'll get better results from those things. But underlying reasons would definitely be seeking validation. I am very family and goal oriented. I have a small family, but we stick by each other through thick and thin. We all respect each other's life choices. We forgive and forget. So that's ingrained in me pretty deeply, and I'm very goal-oriented. Once I start a task, I can't stop until I finish it. It drives my wife crazy. It's driven my family crazy. I've on harder projects over the years, with work and school, I've spent entire nights critiquing and fixing every little thing so I can get that 100% grade. And if I don't get that 100% grade, it has been devastating. I've had to learn to relax when it comes to things like that over the years. I do respect and seek stability. When I see people with stable, well drawn out lives and families, I do respect that. I feel a sense of, I wouldn't say jealousy, but that's what I want. Stability. That's why I married my wife. When I met her, I was not very stable, and not long after meeting her and dating her, my life started getting, a sense of stability around it. And here we are 7 years later. We're married. We own a house. We're thinking about having kids, and that's about as stable as you get at 30. I feel like most of my friends are not married, and most of my friends are still kind of where I was 7 years ago when I met her. So I do respect that, and I have sought that out. As far as work and worship being very important to me, the first part of that I can't agree with enough. I haven't had the most prestigious job in my 20s, but I've maximized my earning potential. I have excelled beyond anybody else that I work with at that job, and I've reaped the rewards for it. So I know that as I move forward in whatever profession I move forward in, I will be successful if I keep that same work ethic, that respect for authority, and that drive that I've had at the jobs I've worked over my 20s. As far as worship, that's the one bit of this that I don't agree with. I went to Christian school from K3 to my senior year in high school. I was in a Christian school my entire educational career before college. I had scholarships to play sports at Christian colleges, and I turned those down because I was soured on it. So currently, as a 30-year-old man, I do not go to church. I respect it, but I don't live it. So that's the one part of the Achievers category that I don't agree with. My secondary type is innovators. As far as having abundant resources, for a 30-year-old guy with 2 decent incomes in our household, we've definitely saved up a lot over the years, and we don't really want for anything or hurt for anything. I guess that does mean I have abundant resources in comparison to most people in my age group. I would say we're pretty active consumers. My wife is a VIP on the Grubhub and DoorDash apps, and those are I think those are luxury type things to consume. In my mind, I'm not as big on it, but we don't, that's something that we can afford. I let her do it. She works way harder than I do. So stuff like that. We are active consumers with upscale taste and niche products like that. As far as being successful and sophisticated, I wouldn't agree that I'm successful yet. I plan on it. My wife's a very successful teacher. As far as being sophisticated, I do feel like that, I do like the more sophisticated things, art, literature, food, entertainment. Those things appeal to me and my wife in general. Image conscious consumers who value their independence, so-so. I usually wear soccer shorts and a ball cap and a t-shirt or a jersey. So as far as image conscious, I do like to, look fairly clean cut. I've grown a beard since quarantine, so I don't know how image conscious you could say I am right now, but I do pay attention to how I look. I try to not look schlubby, not look unsuccessful. I drive a Volvo, so you could say that's part of the image conscious thing. Well, so all in all, I think both of those categories fit me pretty well. I would have probably thrown some other categories in if you just had me survey myself. I'm definitely not a maker. I'm definitely not in the survivor category. I would have felt more in the strivers because I don't feel like I have abundant resources personally. But, looking at it, taking a step back and looking at it, I'm very blessed to have what I have. I don't want for anything. So I guess that does put me closer to the innovators. I definitely would have felt more of an experiencer a few years ago, maybe. But I think now I'm closer to an achiever. I don't feel as young and energetic and enthusiastic for new and risky things as I used to. So I guess I am less of an experiencer now than I was. As far as a thinker, maybe a little bit. So I would have felt if I would have got back a thinker review, I probably would have agreed with that. But I think all in all, they nailed it. This seems to be a pretty good way of getting to know a certain demographic and getting to know your target audience. So I'll cut it short. I'm at 8 minutes already. So thank you. I'll see you in class.